Today's video is a very important one to say the least, because it's the very first time in a very long time since we've gotten any Starr Park developments or lore attached to it, with the most recent resources of Starr Park development being somewhat shut down, i.e. Kairos Tim's channel as well as the WKBRL livestream. Things have kind of gone dry. That is until the Brawlies video arriving just a few days ago. In it, a ton of Starr Park references as well as lore here in the Brawl Stars universe when it comes to Starr Park. So everyone, we're going to be hopping straight away into all the different crazy references that popped up in the Brawlies that I think you guys should know about if you are too invested in Starr Park development. So hope you guys are all pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go! So if you guys find this video interesting in any way, be sure you're subscribed to the channel. One thing that I always try to do here is keep up to date with Starr Park and WKBRL and lore developments. So I want to start off this video here today basically giving us all an update as to where we're currently at when it comes to Starr Park and basically the back end of Brawl Stars. We play this mobile game every single day, but there is a looming lore plot point going on right now. And you may have forgot about it because, as you can see, 3 months ago when it came to the WKBRL livestream as well as the Kairos Tim channel, things went silent. Now, this was a very significant event here in the Brawl Stars community because the WKBRL livestream was live for a very long time, kind of like those live streaming channels that we see on YouTube that are always up. This thing was going for more than a year straight, and then it was just completely shut down. But before it was shut down, it went through a huge change. Everything was rebranded. It was called the WKBRL, the voice that hears you, as well as coming with it kind of like a corporate feel. Before Starr Park took over, the stream was giving us update information, Starr Park updates, as well as giving us warnings as if it was opposed to the Starr Park Corporation. But then of course everything changed with the rebranding as well as the messages that were being distributed, basically trying to brainwash all of us as well as the people working at Starr Park. Now, because of the significant rebranding with the live stream, a lot of people were thinking that we were going to be coming across a Starr Park version 2. And it made a lot of sense because the live stream before the rebranding went silent for months, repeating the same exact thing over and over, basically not giving us any information. So when this crazy change happened, everyone in the community was like, okay, it's showtime, strap up. Now, around this same time, with all this craziness happening to the WKBRL live stream, we also had an introduction to Kairos Tim, him being deeply tied to the Starr Park lore as well as the live stream changes itself. So you could definitely say that things were kind of popping off after a very long break, but that brings us to this present day. The WKBRL livestream has been shut down for more than 3 months, as well as the Kairos Tim channel didn't have an upload for 3 months, but if you didn't watch my Brawl News episode that we made 8 days ago, the channel was strictly removed from YouTube. So that basically lands us here today. It's been more than 3 months since we've gotten a significant update with Starr Park or WKBRL after some crazy wicked stuff happening, and I mean mind-bendingly big things. But of course, all of us were surprised seeing some pretty significant things inside of the Brawlies video that came out only a few days ago. So with the introduction out of the way, it's time to get straight away into everything that we found in the Brawlies. So the video begins with Paula and Danny standing on the stage getting ready to start the show with a beautiful, beautiful background, and this is very important to take note of because things changed towards the end of the video. Going throughout the video, the awards were being distributed. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary was happening, but towards the middle of the video, right after the song was played, we had an appearance of a very interesting character. In my humble opinion, I think this is the biggest lore point that came from the Brawlies, seeing that we haven't gotten any updates from the Starr Park people themselves in a very long time. This being an homage to the Starr Park Invest in Your Future video that came out a very long time ago with a, of course, different spokesperson, but definitely the same exact setting. As you can see, we have that Starr Park background, we have the dancers, much like the Invest in Your Future video, as well as the Mr. P costume and the Spike costume there on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. The only real interesting thing to take note of before we start this video is the fact that the Mr. P costume is different from the Invest in Your Future one. It almost appears that they recreated the scene there in the background from the original The Starr Park Invest in Your Future. But what this guy says is actually really interesting, him starting off with greetings, glowing rectangles. This being brought up in the Invest in Your Future video as well. Glowing rectangles, there was a hidden message. The old spokesperson said in backwards that we are being played on glowing rectangles, basically.
In the future, The children control us. We fight in glowing rectangle.
But getting straight away into it, let's have a listen here.
お目にかかりましたね、投資家の皆さん。こんにちは。実はとある大人の事情がありまして、少しの間スターパークを離れることができました。
Interesting.
とはいえ、このプレゼンテーションが終わったらすぐに戻りますよ。だって、いずれにしても
Who would ever want to leave the most delightful place ever created?
楽しい場所なんですから。
So creepy. The Starr Park in the background as well.
そんな楽しいひとときを届けてくれた方々に今日は賞賛を送りたいと思います。コンテンツクリエイターの皆さんに授与する賞はこちらです。
Brawl Starr.
And then Lex pops in, really interesting. In my humble opinion, we didn't even need this guy. He was put in there for a reason, right? Lex could have most definitely did the introduction for this next award being distributed. But then moving along to around the 12-minute and 30-second mark, where we had a very interesting award being given out, and that was the Kairos Challenge Award. Kairos was giving the award in the video to, of course, 3 different Kairos times, and then Kairos Tim on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So I'm assuming that this is just a joke, but it brings up a pretty significant point, and that is that the Brawl Stars dev team, or just Brawl Stars in general, acknowledges Kairos Tim. He's now gone off the YouTube platform, but him popping up here is pretty significant if you ask me. This is what Kairos had to say about Kairos Tim being in the running for this award.
But in some very specific cases, we win and we lose somehow at the same time? And now the nominees for the Best Kairos Challenge. We have Kairos Time, of course, myself, Kairos Time, and Kairos Tim. Wait, so you're saying there's a chance I won't even win my own award? Okay, that's better.
Messed
and
up.
The winner is...
So of course, Kairos Time ended up winning, but one thing that I wanted to point out here that's really interesting is we have 3 different Kairos Times. We have the spokesperson Kairos Time bottom left, we have Kairos Time top left, and Kairos Time top right, but we have Kairos being brainwashed on the bottom right hand corner where Kairos Tim used to be. He's straight up just petting that Starr Park lunchbox. It's looking interesting. I don't know if that's from a previous video or if that was something that he took for this. Who the heck knows? But it's interesting nonetheless. Moving along to the 14-minute and 13-second point of the video where things get really interesting. There was a segment during the actual show where they were distributing the Brawlies to people who won. They were going to people's homes and giving it to them in really interesting ways. But one thing that popped up as soon as this started was this family eating a meal. And that meal was spaghetti and meatballs. Very intentional. I don't know if you know this by now, but it's pretty much so confirmed at this point that spaghetti and meatballs is the way that Starr Park brainwashes their employees and people that go to the park itself. We don't know if it's literally spaghetti and meatballs brainwashing people, or it could be like a cover word for it, but all that I do know is that we've seen as well as heard spaghetti and meatballs in so many facets of the Starr Park mysteries, such as the Invest in Your Future video, on the live stream so many different times, the Ranter, the starpark.biz website, the 8-bit minigame that came out a very long time ago, and several other areas. So it's extremely interesting that it's popping up here as well, basically showcasing this family being brainwashed, right? But getting into it here, there's more to take away from this segment. So we got Paula running in, and these people, we've seen these people before, and my goodness, look at that helping of spaghetti and meatballs, dude. But as I was saying, these workers coming in with Paula, we've seen before, and that is in Kairos Tim's videos on so many different occasions. In simple terms, it's theorized that these people are working for Starr Park, and it makes a ton of sense seeing that they're wearing gas masks as well as protective gear so they aren't getting brainwashed or exposed to the harmful chemicals that they're testing with at Starr Park for brainwashing or other things. So what the heck is going on? Why is Paula with these people? It's making me nervous. And then if we jump ahead just a little bit more, we come to basically the end of the Brawlies awards show, panning to Paula as well as Danny. But as you can see, the background is much different. It's pretty night and day if you ask me. Things are overrun as if it were there for a very long time. We have some greenery or plant life growing up the sides of the walls. We have cracks in the spike statues back there. We have some wires draping from the ceiling of the studio. We have some vandalism with graffiti there on the screen itself. It looks like a spike. We've got some graffiti back there as well as the biggest kicker of them all, Spewed. Now, I'm almost certain that there is a deeper meaning as to why the set is in shambles at the very end of the video, but before we speculate a little bit at the very end of the video on that, first things first, I want to get into Spewed, which I believe this Spewed artwork is directly taken from here, which is the exact same artwork and style that's popping up way back in the past. If you guys don't know, this was the very first video that came out with the missing trophy mystery that happened some time ago. So basically, Spewed is synonymous with Starr Park. If you think of Starr Park as the bad guys, right? They're trying to brainwash their workers as well as the people playing their game, then Spewed are the good guys. Spewed is an acronym standing for Starr Park Union of Distressed Employees, coined by Kairos Tim and universally agreed upon by the Brawl Stars community. The best way to think about Spewed is they're basically standing up to Starr Park. They're a group of employees that don't like the way they're being treated at Starr Park, and they're trying to make a change through any means possible, right? So the fact that they're popping up here with this set is giving me a little bit of a red flag, so it's time to get into the speculation point. Now, call me crazy, and we are putting this theory out here on the spot. The reason that Spewed visited the Brawlies and destroyed the stage in the background is because the Brawl Stars dev team, or whatever's happening here, has something to do with Starr Park. I know it seems a little bit outlandish, but it makes a ton of sense to me, seeing that we actually got symbolism in this video itself. Paula entering that house, delivering the Brawlies to the people eating spaghetti and meatballs with these Starr Park employees. I got a feeling Spewed trashed the set for a specific reason. Maybe Starr Park has things to do with this Brawlies or just the dev team in general. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. It might not be the dev team themselves pulling the strings, maybe they're brainwashed or something like that, who the heck knows, but the sole fact that the dev team allowed someone from Starr Park to transition us into another award seems a little bit fishy in and of itself as well. So guys, take that how you will. Either way, it seems like things are somewhat heating up here inside of the Starr Park universe, right? But yeah, everyone, I think that's a good ending point for this video today. Either way, it's really nice to see some Starr Park or WKBRL references popping up here inside the Brawl Stars community once again, and somewhat significant ones if you ask me. Of course, be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. I always love to hear your feedback on these types of videos. It's insanely fun to read through your guys' theories as well. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to slap a like on it. I'd really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Adios, everybody. Take care.